Thereafter, the groundbreaking sitcom All in the Family forever changed television with bold content and complex characters. From its debut in 1971 to its emotional conclusion years later, the show challenged social norms in ways no American sitcom had dared before. But what was the controversial path that ultimately led to its end? And what became of the iconic cast who brought these unforgettable characters to life? To answer that, we must revisit how All in the Family reshaped television history. All in the Family premiered on CBS on January 12, 1971. Created by Norman Lear and inspired by the British series Till Death Us Do Part, the show was deeply personal for Lear. The explosive relationship between the characters mirrored Lear's own childhood experiences with his parents. Drawing from real-life arguments, humor, and tension, Lear crafted a sitcom that felt raw, uncomfortable, and painfully honest. At its core was Archie Bunker, played by Carroll O'Connor, a loud, stubborn, and openly prejudiced working-class man whose views clashed with a rapidly changing America. The show nearly never made it to air. An early pilot titled Justice for All was rejected by ABC, which feared audiences would not accept a bigoted lead character. CBS, however, was eager to modernize its lineup and took a risk on Lear's vision. The final pilot introduced the full cast: Carroll O'Connor, Gene Stapleton, Sally Struthers, and Rob Reiner, and became the first episode of All in the Family. From the start, it was clear this was not a typical sitcom. Lear insisted on filming in front of a live studio audience, capturing genuine reactions rather than using canned laughter. This choice gave the show an authenticity that set it apart. The Bunker household, decorated in muted tones, felt like a real American home. Viewers were not just watching jokes. They were witnessing conversations many families were having behind closed doors. Initial reactions were mixed. Some viewers were offended by Archie's language and attitudes, while others recognized the satire and deeper message. Over time, the show's fearless approach won over audiences. It tackled issues such as racism, sexism, feminism, the Vietnam War, homosexuality, and abortion. Subjects rarely discussed openly on television at the time. By using humor, All in the Family forced viewers to confront uncomfortable truths about society and themselves. The series quickly became a cultural phenomenon. For 5 consecutive years, it ranked as the most watched television show in America. Archie's clashes with his liberal son-in-law Michael "Meathead" Stivic reflected real generational divides. Edith Bunker, portrayed with heartbreaking warmth by Gene Stapleton, balanced innocence with quiet wisdom. Gloria represented the rising feminist movement, while Michael embodied the voice of social change. Together, they made the Bunker household a mirror of 1970s America. Controversy, however, followed the show throughout its run. Episodes dealing with homosexuality, attempted assault, abortion, and the Vietnam draft sparked outrage and praise in equal measure. Some episodes were censored or pulled in certain regions. Yet Norman Lear stood firm, believing comedy was a powerful way to start difficult conversations. Still, as the decade progressed, cultural attitudes shifted. Topics that once shocked audiences became more widely discussed elsewhere, and All in the Family began to lose its edge. By the late 1970s, ratings declined. Gene Stapleton felt Edith's story had reached its natural conclusion and chose to leave. Lear agreed that ending the show while it still held meaning was better than allowing it to fade completely. The series aired its final episode on April 8, 1979, closing one of the most influential chapters in television history. A spin-off, Archie Bunker's Place, followed, shifting focus, but never fully recapturing the original magic. After the show, the cast continued to leave their mark. Carroll O'Connor found renewed success in the Heat of the Night. Jean Stapleton thrived in theater and television films. Sally Struthers enjoyed a long career on stage and television, while Rob Reiner became one of Hollywood's most respected directors. Decades later, All in the Family remains a landmark series, not because it was comfortable, but because it was brave enough to be honest.